Welcome back to the channel. I found this on Marketplace. It's a 2018 model. Been used pretty good, but it's a Woodland Mills WG24 3-point stump grinder. You can see it's been used. So I paid accordingly, and it was a pretty good deal, I thought. It looks like it's in fairly good shape. It's got all the pins with it. When you cut with these, they drop down in the ground. So this touched the ground and it got your shaft cover a little bit. And there's a couple teeth wore down pretty good. The rest of the shaft I have, there's a cut in this, but it still operates pretty good. And it's got a built-in jack system, both sides. So you back up and drop down. The homeowner built this little pallet that's got wheels on it, and it's treated, so that's nice. So we can roll that around in the garage when we're done using it. I have the owner's manual. It mounts here. It's got a chainsaw holder. Chainsaw sits on this and your bar through that, so you can take that out in the woods with you if you want to cut a tree. You know, we're up here in the woods. You know, Dawson's trying to make a trail out through there, and we cut a couple trees that were pretty bad, and he cut a few, and we still have the stumps to deal with. I had a stump grinder, a Wisconsin 4-cylinder. I bought that a few years ago, and we took down some trees when I first moved here and ground the stumps off. Right there we have a stump with a recent tree we took down on the edge of the driveway, and there's some more down through there. I want to clean them up, and I've got a few more that's got to go, like this tree right here. He's only got like one branch on it this year. It's got any life, so that's going to start crumbling, coming down. I don't want it to hurt Dawson's building. This ash tree, the woodpeckers have been in it. Probably got the ash borer. We got 2 dead limbs in that. So those are future trees that's got to come down. Over here we got a cherry. It looks a little rough back here at the edge of the woods. And we just got to, you know, think ahead a little bit of getting these cleaned up. And to pay a, you know, a stump grinding professional guy to come out there, like $3 an inch at the base. They measure the base and they charge you. They're trying to come up with a fee, you know. And even this cherry tree here is a little rough at the top. I think I got quite a few on the property that needs some fixing. In the woods, there's a couple in the trails that are right in the way, and we got to lump over them, you know, all the time with the 4-wheelers or whatever. So I want to see if I can clean them up. So I'm hoping that this is going to work out good, and the price is right. These Woodland Mills, I think they sell for around $3,000, maybe $28,000, and then you got shipping, tax, that kind of stuff. I seen them on special for $25,000, and even at $25,000, I didn't want to spend that much. Not for what I want to do. But if this works out good, I can stay right on the tractor, you know, put it right on the 3-point, and I can, you know, just set it down, drive ahead, back up, set her down, drive ahead. Just do that several times and see how long it takes. I think you can take as much as the tractor can put out. So I'm assuming 2 or 3 inches a pass, and being a 24-inch, it's going to take a nice size swath out of it. And I watched a video on these new, you know, and it throws a good pile right out the side. And because this has a, you know, a rough looking cab I put on that years ago because I was snow blowing, didn't like the snow on the back, I feel I'd be pretty safe in there from getting wood chips thrown on me. The old stump grinder I had was a Vermeer 4-cylinder Wisconsin, and it had the rubber curtains on the side, and it'd throw rocks up and hit you in the kneecap, you know, and you know, it's getting a little rough on you sometimes. And the unit was so big that I had to pull it with a truck. And a lot of times, like down here on our bank, which is the front lawn, but down on the bank there, it's not a finished lawn. It's still roughscape. And I took it down there once to do a stump, and it got away from me. And I thought I was going to slide down the hill. Because it's on the tractor, I'm assuming if it works well, I should be able to do the stump. If I can't see what I'm doing anymore because you're getting wood chips, turn around, use the bucket, push the chips off. Or if I'm all completed, I can grade or scoop and get this get the chips in the bucket and finish off with a shovel. And so I'm hoping this is going to work out. I'm going to go ahead and unload this thing, and I'm going to test it out. I think I'll find a stump that's easy to get up to, and we'll test this. I got to get the backhoe off the tractor and try it out. I'm kind of excited. The price is right. I took the backhoe attachment off. Now I got to put the arms on, and they go in really quick here. And then I come forward, took the straps off, set the forks up there. I got to level them, but they that unit should slide right onto there, so I can pick it up and get it off in there. We got it strapped to the cart, so that should work out good. I take these arms off when I put the backhoe on. I know there's a viewer that said, you don't have to take them off. Well, I know you don't. They're self-storing, but they take up room, and I've had stuff get caught and then they hold debris. But see, they slide on pretty easy like that. But what you need to do first is swing the adjustable up and forward. So try to get these lined up first. These are slick. I've been pretty happy with the arms on this setup. Slide that on, put your pin up. That's it, and then line this up. And one of these has a chain on it, but put it right on there. They're pretty fast. And then they swivel side to side, and what I like about them is they got this feature, so you can have your arms way out, way in, and lock them wherever you want. And if you go down the road like this, they'll bang on your tire. My old tractor was like that, so you can lock it where it can't go out. I'll do the same with this one. And this side's extra special. More where you can see this is this one. Hang it up. Is show you here in a second. Adjustable right here, and it's pretty handy. And put the adjustment to the side where you can reach it like that. And that's your self leveler on this style, and you just crank it and it'll lower both. On this side you got a triple pin, which I got the wrong pin in there, but you got triple height, and then you got a level, and then you lock, which is kind of nice. Same thing, I'll just lock this for now. Center link. This is also the wrong pin, but throw it in either top or bottom. Sometimes you have to adjust them per unit. And then let's go over and hook up our forks into our stump grinder and see what we got. Downhill on purpose. That's where I parked in the driveway. And this should work if I get it over far enough. I kind of like this. And I think it weighs about 500 pounds, I think. Looks like I'm off a little bit, but if we get situated here like that, Dawson will hold on to this and I'll tilt her back. I don't think we need to strap to the forks. I'm going to do is I got to put the front assembly together for the drive shaft, and then we'll hook this up. So it splits in half. The previous owner said he cut off 3 inches, so I hope it's not too short for this. He had a Kubota 26 horse, so it's the same frame size. All right, Dawson helped me line it up. They only go in one way, and then there we go. And then this has a holder. I wish they'd make these better because these always tear out on me. Keeps this still while you're rotating so nobody gets wound up into the drive shaft. People get hurt on these all the time. I don't know why they get near a spinning item, but it'll catch your shirt. So now we're going to pull these pins. I'm going to back up to it, hook this up. Probably when I get close enough I'll put the drive shaft on first, but then we'll hook this up and then lift this up off from here and see how good she lines up. So always check your lock here, and this works good. It's free and greased, and so see if we can line her up. Everything's new when you're trying a new implement, so I don't know if the length is right or anything. And because this cutter, you see the cutter wheel is down, this has a slip clutch. I can't turn the shaft, I gotta turn the tractor like that. See, she's on. Then I just press my lock if I can reach it again. This one doesn't stick out as far as a snowblower one, but okay. And then there's a detent. Listen to this. Hear that? Pull back and it's locked. See the room we got? Now I got to back up about 3 inches. This side's pretty close. So to me, right now, it looks pretty good because you want about 3 inches of room, I think. So this is an extended arm. See that? That slick, awesome. And that's what I liked about this tractor. When I was, purchasing one new, a lot of them didn't have this. And boy, you had to have the tractor exact, especially if it's a heavy implement. Oh, I couldn't stand that. But see, both of these arms line right up, first try. And then what you do is you just back up and it'll click lock. Put them in. And then we'll bring our head knocker that I put up here. And when we back up that 3 inches, this should line up good. So don't let that hit you, Dawson. It doesn't have the swing lock on it. I took that off when we did the toolbox. We'll leave this strapped right now because if I push back, the unit might move. And we'll leave it hooked up, and I'll just back up that little bit, turn my wheel to the right, see if it works. Thought I heard a click. Yup. So now we just do our top link to where you think it should be. You see how this is tilting back? So right now it's where it should be probably. But we're going to break this loose, extend the arm, and then we'll readjust out on the level. Alright, so now we're going to check our adjustments on everything. We're going to put our PTO cover down. We're going to have to level this, so we got to pick it up off from this unit. We're going to go over on the drive. We'll set it down, see how level it is. I'd like this cutting about straight up and down. So we'll have to adjust the top link. And then this has a pair of built-in jacks. So we pull the pin after we lift this up and then slide the jacks all the way up. This pallet's going to be real handy to park it. It's got casters on the bottom. It's all treated, so that's nice. So what I'll do is I'll turn around, pick that up with the forks and set it in the garage. And this is a Woodland Mills WG24. Come down and check out these teeth. It's got teeth. It's got one here that's damaged. That was part of the reason why the price was down. But you see how big the bolts are, nuts and bolts on it. It's got a tooth, if you can see it here. It's got a tooth sticking out this way and then a tooth going down, so you're cutting in both the directions. And it's designed to pull forward into your stump. And here's your pin locks. You pull them out, slide that up in, it stays in there. And the model number, the WG24. This is a 2018 model. And this is where you can set your chainsaw. So you loosen this up, slide your bar in, set your saw on the rubber, tighten this up, take your saw into the woods. Here's your shield on the side. Keeps the debris from flying way up in the air. You're supposed to run this at 540, and I usually don't rev it up that high. You see the slip clutch in there? The clutch looks pretty good. The bearings felt pretty good. Everything looked pretty good on it. Dawson agreed. This pin here, if you pull that out, what it does is it allows this to float. So if you pull and you're digging too hard and it hits something like a big rock, it's able to jump up out of the way versus diving into it. So I might leave this in to start. We'll see. And then take it out, and then this head will swivel. Here's your instructions. Kind of nice here, kind of like on the lift. And this is designed up to 40. This says 16. The tag says 18. So I don't know if it's all years. Who knows? I'm going to put the model number, serial number, all that stuff in there. But this looks pretty simple. There's only a drive shaft, a slip clutch, and bearings. There's no gearbox to wear out, no oil, grease only. You got springs here on the slip clutch that may need replacing eventually, who knows. And then you've got your teeth, and you can buy your teeth separately, obviously. So I watched a video online of brand new ones when I was considering. I said, I can't justify buying a new one. I've never seen one of these on Facebook for sale, and I lucked out last night, and I said, oh, texted him, he said I was the first one. So I made an appointment, we went up and looked at it, made the deal, and got out of there. So let's test this out. I'm going to lift it up, pull ahead, and we'll level this out and see how it is. I set it down and it's pretty level right now. So that would be flush with the ground once it's down. Oh, I guess once it's down a little bit, it'll be flush. It's flush with the ground right now, I should say, which is plumb up and down. But I think when I do the stumps, just like my old stump grinder, which was at Wisconsin there, the Vermeer, I want to go about 6 inches in the earth. So if I do that, it'll be tilted out a little. So to keep this level, I think I'm going to want to shorten the arm up and have it just slightly out of level now, so that when it goes down that extra 6 inches, it will be level. And this also will lift it higher off the ground right now. We got a sprinkle going on. Check it out here. It's roughly 85 degrees and I'm sweating, so I love it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lift it up, turn it on, and test it. And if it spins fine, sounds fine, what we'll do is we'll pull the legs up. And we got that stump over there I want to test it on. It down a couple of inches here. How's it look? What is green? Sounds good, don't it? You see how there's no wobble in that? Big old flywheel. See how long it takes to stop? Takes quite a while to stop, don't it? And we'll do both sides. And what I'm hoping for is the amount of stumps I want to do, paying the guy $3 an inch per stump. This will pay for itself on the ones that I want to do for myself, and I want to do a few possibly for my mom, so we'll see what happens. Now the next thing I want to do is this here. See how it swings? I want to line this up about in the center and go ahead and get this knot locked in here like that. And now let's go over and test it out. Let's see if it works. Now this is about 30 inches this way, and it's about 24 inches this way, probably even more. It's a little rotted on the edge. This side's still solid. This is a beech tree, and it's right on the edge of the lawn here where I want to mow. It's right in the way. So let's see if I can start scarfing on this and see what happens. hardwood, you know. Teeth, I think there's a couple that's dull there. You can kind of feel that, but look at the chips. What I need to do is get, what I've learned, the chips go that way. So you start on this side of the, you know, be the right side as you're backing up. Set it down and go beside it. Don't try to go on top of it, you know. And I don't know if you can see this slope, but I'm sloped pretty good and I'm sliding on the seat of the tractor, so it's hard for me to adjust the height. And then I could put the other lock pin in, which will hold the 3-point arms really stationary, but I kind of want it to flex if I hit something. But how deep are we here? Here's the ground up here. So this has to go down, that's about flush with the ground. This is the end of it. This is all gone, right? So look at that. There's the ground. Look at that. We got mulch. Look at that. So what do you think, Dawson? You're back here watching it.
I think it works awesome.
Pretty mean machine, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It says run it at 540. When you put this on 540, it's about 20, I gotta remember, about 2,400 RPMs anyway. And I never run them that high. I was running about 2,000 RPMs. And like I said, you can pull this pin right here and it allows it to flex up. If you go in too deep, it'll bounce up. But the other thing is, you want it on a hydrostatic tractor, and this is a 3-range hydro. I was in second, but I probably should put it in number 1 so it creeps. And like I said, I'm not on the level, I'm kind of off angle, and it's right next to another tree and some shrubs here. So I think I'm going to back up, hit that little bit. I'm going to call this a win. This is pretty slick. This does operate like new, doesn't it? And the teeth, they are not hot, they're not even warm, but there is like it was on that pallet so I couldn't see it. There's a cutter right there. See the angle they're at. Cutter right there. So you can cut straight down and to the front, but there's none sticking backwards, so it's not designed to back up. It's designed to go forward. So go forward, or you know, back up and go forward and keep it on the right side of the stump. I would say take 6 inches anyway at a time, and probably, you know, 2 to 4 inches deep, and go really slow. Got some grass wound in it, but I don't know, that baby cuts, don't it? I'm quite pleased with the money I got in this. So when I'm done with this is where I want to mow up the edge of the driveway, and this thing was right in the way. And in the winter months, I make my driveway extra wide when I plow, so that if we get an ice storm or something like that, I got a place to push the snow. And I hit the snow blade on this all the time when I'm over here. And this is going to be great to go out of the way. And I'm going to back up, scoop that out. You know, another minute of running through there. Tell me how long we've been doing this, Dee. Dawson checked the footage, and this was less than 5 minutes to do this. And the stump on the top was like this by this. And it was sticking up, what, about that high? Mm-hmm. So I got just a little bit more, and then I'm just going to turn around with a bucket and push this over, grade it back, and we're done. And that's, look at the woods here. What we got, over the years they had cut some brush. See that tree? I want to be able to go in there and just chop it off. There's one over there. There's one down there. See them? There's one over there. And this is only 100 by 100, but we've got a few acres, and I want to go through and do the trail that we drive with a 4-wheeler. I want to get some of these dead trees out, and I want to cut the stumps flush, and that'll give us a roadway. We're not going to puncture our tires. So like I said, that's a Woodland Mills WG24 3-point hitch. This tractor is a 25 horse. It'll do up to a 40 horse, I believe, or 35 horse. I don't know, I gotta look it up. Doesn't matter, but a compact tractor will run this, and you do not need to rev it up that high. And we got some serious chips. This tree I cut last year, so it's not dead. You can see that. It's not rotten yet, but you get into some of the rotten ones, it'll be quicker than that. We got 5 minutes in this one. I imagine if it's oak, or cherry fresh one. It's going to take a little longer, but I want to put the chainsaw on that and go out and trim, you know, some of them stumps off. No sense of chopping them that high, and then cut them off and then go over them. I'm happy. Just a little demonstration on the Woodland Mills WG24 24-inch stump grinder 3-point hitch. Little demonstration. We got a lot of chips here. I'm happy. We're going to get some of these done. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.